The last Halloween on Briar Hollow. The pumpkins on Briar Hollow Road had all gone out. Every one of them, from the old Miller porch to the empty gas station at the corner, their carved faces were dark and cold. No candles, no flicker. Just black, hollow eyes staring into the night. Hannah Price noticed it first, on her drive back into town after 10 years away. The trees arched low over the road, and her headlights cut through a curtain of mist so thick it looked alive. She slowed, squinting through the windshield. "Same old Briar Hollow," she muttered, trying to sound casual, even though her heart had started to pound. The radio crackled as she drove past the old church. A voice whispered faintly through the static, "Turn back before the hollow turns you." She slammed the radio off. It had been 10 years since she'd left after her brother Liam vanished on Halloween night. He was only 15. No body, no trace, just a trail of pumpkins leading into the woods behind their house. Hannah had spent years convincing herself he'd just run away. But then, last week, she received a letter, no return address. Inside was a photo. Liam standing in front of the Briar Hollow woods, taken recently. Someone wanted her back here. Briar Hollow looked the same, too much the same. The corner store still had that faded orange trick or treat banner, yellowed with age, but inside nobody was dressed up. No candy, no decorations, just quiet. The clerk, an old man she didn't recognize, froze when she came in. "You shouldn't be here," he said. "Excuse me?" He swallowed. "We don't celebrate it anymore." Hannah frowned. "Halloween?" The man nodded slowly. "Not since the Hollow took the Price boy." Her skin prickled. "That's my brother," she whispered. The clerk's hands trembled as he bagged her coffee and pointed toward the window. "You get back in your car and keep going. Once the sun sets, that mist won't let you leave." By nightfall, the fog had swallowed the entire town. The streetlights flickered like dying stars. Hannah parked near her childhood home, the one her parents had abandoned years ago, and got out. The air smelled of wet leaves and something else. Rot. The pumpkins that lined the porch were freshly carved. Each one bore her brother's initials, LP, cut deep into the flesh. Their grins twisted into something almost human. Hannah's breath hitched. "Liam!" Somewhere inside, a floorboard creaked. She pushed the door open. It groaned in protest like it hadn't been touched in years. The living room looked frozen in time. Furniture covered in white sheets. A thick layer of dust coating everything. Then she saw it. A faint orange glow coming from the kitchen. A single candle burned inside a pumpkin on the counter. Next to it lay another photograph. It was her, standing in the doorway just now, staring at the pumpkin. Taken seconds ago. Hannah ran outside, gasping, scanning the fog. She saw a figure at the edge of the yard, tall, thin, and still. "Liam!" she called. The figure tilted its head. She followed it into the woods. The mist thickened until the trees were just silhouettes, the ground soft and uneven beneath her boots. She found more pumpkins, dozens, maybe hundreds, lighting a path deeper into the forest. Each one had a different photo inside. Her at various stages of her life. Some she remembered, some she didn't. Some she hadn't lived yet. And in every photo, a shadow loomed behind her, the same one now standing at the end of the pumpkin trail. "Where's my brother?" she demanded, voice shaking. The figure moved closer. She could almost see a face, pale, almost translucent, eyes like candlelight. It raised its hand and pointed behind her. She turned. The trees had vanished. She was standing in the middle of a street, Briar Hollow Road, lined with dark houses and burnt-out pumpkins. The fog had cleared, but the silence was absolute. Then she saw them. Children. Trick-or-treaters, standing motionless, masks staring, dozens of them. One of them stepped forward and whispered through a plastic skull mask, "You shouldn't have come back." The children melted into the fog as the ground beneath her feet began to pulse. A deep, rhythmic thump, like a heartbeat beneath the earth. She stumbled backward, her flashlight catching something on the road. The same photo again. But now she was lying dead in the street, the dark figure standing over her. A voice, close and wet, whispered in her ear, "You never left, Hannah." She turned, but there was no one. The mist folded in around her, and she realized the awful truth. The letter, the photos, the town that never changed. Briar Hollow wasn't a place anymore. It was a loop, a memory repeating every Halloween. A curse sealed the night Liam disappeared, when she followed him into the woods and never came out. And now, every October 31st, the Hollow called her back, to remember, to die again. The next morning, the mist was gone. The road was empty, except for a single car parked outside the Price house. Inside, the local sheriff found a camera. The last photo showed Hannah standing in the doorway, smiling faintly. A figure behind her, hand on her shoulder. The sheriff turned the camera off, shivering. Then he noticed something odd. Outside, one of the pumpkins flickered to life. A new set of initials carved into its skin. S.H. He frowned. "Sheriff Harold," he whispered. Then the radio in his cruiser crackled. "Turn back before the Hollow turns you."